This edition of Crime Reports and Rewards is brought to you by Dr. Louis Gangarosa's Orally for instant relief of sore mouth, teeth, and lips. www.oraleaf.com or call 706-294-4343. William Goolsby Heavy Equipment, land clearing, driveways, and landscaping. Call 803-257-6734. And All-American Training and Safety Consultants. Certified training in industrial, construction safety, personal protection equipment, fall and fire protection, respiratory protection, material handling and storage, electrical lockout tagouts, machinery and machine guarding, forklifts, cranes, and hoist training. Call us at 706-799-1157. Call them and tell them you appreciate them bringing you one of America's fastest growing crime shows. The stories you are about to see are real. The rewards up to $5 million are real. This is Crime Reports and Rewards with Griff Griffin and Dave Michaels, where you stay anonymous, the criminals don't.
According to Richmond County Sheriff's Office, on Tuesday, October 6, 2015, at approximately 22:36 hours, Richmond County Sheriff's Deputy David Sword was arrested and booked into the Columbia County Detention Center. The arrest resulted from an incident that occurred on the 4700 block of Park Ridge Court, Evans, Georgia. Deputy Sword has been charged with simple battery, family violence, and obstructing or hindering a 911 call. Upon Deputy Sword's release from the Columbia County Detention Center, he will be placed on administrative leave through the Richmond County Sheriff's Office pending the outcome of an internal investigation. Deputy Sword was recently fired from the Columbia County Sheriff's Office for similar violations, then hired by the Richmond County Sheriff's Office soon afterward. And if all this is not enough, David Sword is a Bulldog fan, and after that horrible loss to Alabama last week, let's just say he's having a pretty rough week. This is Mrs. H Factor. Thank you for listening.
Aiken County Sheriff's deputies report they arrested a male accused of a home invasion on Lorraine Drive Wednesday morning around 7:45 a.m. The Aiken County Sheriff's Office's Eric Adams was arrested for a home invasion in the second degree, and there is an accomplice that escaped arrest. Home invaders can kick in your door due to the fact that there's typically 1 inch or less of wood between you and them holding your door closed. You can take a piece of metal and drill a hole through it so your latch fits through, and use long screws to prevent home invaders from kicking in your door and being on you in seconds. If you know anything about this home invasion or any other home invasions, WRDW Channel 12 on your side would like to interview you, and Crime Reports and Rewards would like to pay for the metal strip to be installed on your home. If you know anything about this home invasion, please call the police. If they do a press release that says a Crime Reports and Rewards tip led to an arrest, you will be paid. Police in Waynesboro, Georgia need your help finding Rashad Chance. Damian Rashad Chance, the 25-year-old black male you see on your screen, is wanted for burglary. He's believed to be connected to a burglary ring at the Waynesboro Walmart back in July. Rashad is an Islamic name typically associated with the Nation of Islam, whose first deity comes from Georgia. The Nation of Islam was founded in 1938, and Georgia has a tremendous amount of secret members of the Nation of Islam. They typically name their children after Islamic names such as Rashad. It's not always that they stay in the Nation of Islam. Many people in the Nation of Islam get out of the Nation of Islam and get saved, or just won't have anything to do with it once they find out its dangerous, violent, cult-like activities. But this particular young man's name is Damian Rashad Chance. He is wanted for burglary in Waynesboro, and he may be in the Augusta, Georgia area trying to blend in. If you know where Damian Rashad Chance may be, please call the police. If they do a press release that says a crime reports and rewards tip led to an arrest and you're the tipster, you will be paid. The Augusta Chronicle's crime reporter Doug Stutzman writes, the shooting death of an Augusta teenager remains one of 5 unsolved Richmond County homicides in 2003. In the late hours of September 21st, 2003, Larry L. Drayton was bleeding from the chest and mouth as he approached Richmond County Sheriff's deputies Brandon Beckman and another. Drayton said he had been shot and was rushed to a Medical College of Georgia hospital. At 11:48 p.m., Drayton was pronounced dead. He was 15. He had big plans for him, Larry Drayton Sr. said in the Augusta Chronicle in September 2003. He was going to graduate. He was going to get his license to become a truck driver. Drayton was shot near his apartment in the 2800 block of Bahama Drive near Deansbridge Road. Witnesses say they heard gunfire and saw Drayton run from the back of his apartment and collapse. Sheriff's Major Ken Autry said investigators were unable to find a weapon or a reason why the teen was killed. This is not a real clear account of what happened, Autry told the Chronicle in 2003. Drayton, a former football player at Cross Creek High School, was attending the alternative school after getting into several fights with a classmate, family members said. Providence Place Apartments, somebody took a piece of charcoal and wrote on the wall where Larry was put living with his sister. So many people had come by from his school, white, black, and all, Drayton Sr. told the Chronicle 3 days after his son's death. Police said they were searching for a black male in connection to the shooting. Authorities described him as being in his late teens or early 20s with a thin build and a short haircut. More than 12 years later, no one has been charged in Drayton's death. If you know where this black male suspect wanted in connection with the shooting of Drayton may be, please call the police. If they do a press release saying a crime reports and rewards tip led to an arrest, you will be paid. Columbia County Sheriff's deputies need your help finding Ernest Rod Dinkins, the white male you see on your screen. Columbia County authorities need your help finding Ernest Rod Dinkins, who has 3 active warrants for his arrest. He's also wanted for absconding probation. Know where he is? Well, the jail report's looking for him too. And Major Morris is looking for him also. If you know where you can find Ernest Rod Dinkins, please call the Columbia County Sheriff's Office, Major Morris or Gary or any of the other fine individuals at the Columbia County Sheriff's Office by calling 706-541-2800. If they do a press release that says a crime reports and rewards tip led to the arrest of white male Ernest Rod Dinkins, you will be paid. On 10/6/15 at approximately 12:50 hours, deputies were called to the Kangaroo Express at 3434 Wrightsboro Road for a robbery by intimidation, case number 15-382692. The manager was approached by a black male wearing a hoodie and his face partially covered as she was putting her key in her car door. He had come from around the rear of the building and then fled in the same direction towards the Augusta Mall. No weapon was displayed, only a threat, and there is no exterior video in or around the location. This investigation is ongoing and he is still on the loose. This was sent in by Lieutenant Alan Rollins, Internal Affairs PIO for the Richmond County Sheriff's Office, phone number 706-821-1030. Alan Rollins' cell phone number, if you know where this individual is 706-825-9381. If you send in a tip and a press release says a crime reports and rewards tip led to an arrest, and you're the tipster, you will be paid. Louis Farrakhan, leader of the Nation of Islam, is trying to trick blacks into going to a Justice or Else Million Muslim March on DC 10/10/15 and is trying to trick 10,000 blacks into killing whites. We checked this story and about 823,000 results came back in 0.46 seconds saying that Farrakhan did in fact call for 10,000 volunteers to kill whites. The ChristianExaminer.com confirms that Farrakhan is asking for 10,000 blacks to kill whites on August 5th. Now he is saying it's time for blacks to kill whites. Farrakhan has been traveling the U.S. for his Justice or Else tour. He stopped in Miami and made a speech saying that he wanted blacks to stalk them and kill them, and that all of the Muslims must rise up and begin killing whites. The FreedomOutpost.com also confirms Louis Farrakhan says to stalk them and kill them on September 2nd, 2015. Kill them, says Muslim leader, call for 10,000 volunteers to kill whites. Appearing on his Justice or Else tour, 10,000 in the midst of the million. Stalk them and kill them, Farrakhan says, calling for 10,000 blacks to kill whites. The ConservativePost.com also confirms that Louis Farrakhan is asking and trying to trick blacks into killing whites. Now he is saying for blacks to kill whites. Farrakhan has been traveling the U.S. for his Justice or Else tour. 10,000 in the midst of the million, stalk them and kill them. JewsNews.co.il confirms Farrakhan has been traveling the U.S. for his Justice or Else tour and has said for 10,000 black volunteers to kill white Americans. Harley Davidson, a motorcycle dealership, threatened to back out of the Million Man March because of this very threatening rhetoric. And the JusticeOrElse.com tour has confirmed on September 15th, black motorcycle dealership was threatened with backing out of Justice or Else, and they, quote, mined about allowing bikers ride for Justice or Else, also known as RIDE, they also are calling for 10,000 fearless black men to rise up and kill white people. Now, WorldNet Daily also confirms that Farrakhan is on videotape saying to rise up and kill white people. On August 26th, Farrakhan was quoted, 10,000 men needed to stalk them and kill them to let them feel the pain of. He goes on, Farrakhan then says, I never said kill all white people, Farrakhan said in a video made in Miami with its chilling Justice or Else theme on October 10th. In Washington, D.C., Farrakhan calls on blacks to rise up and kill whites starting October 10th. Video for Justice or Else calling for 10,000 to kill whites. YouTube.com/watch B=YR7Q9KCJBKG. August 8th, uploaded by Jesse Lee Peterson, 10,000 men who say death is sweeter than continued life under tyranny. His hate and poison goes on to say Louis Farrakhan needs 10,000 fearless men to kill whites. Vote for Justice or Else, calling for 10,000 to kill whites. So it goes on in Breitbart, also August 4th. 10,000 fearless men who say death is sweeter than continued life under tyranny. Bury our children while the white folks give our killers hamburgers. Call published the sermon excerpt as part of its Justice or Else. 10,000 fearless men. TheFinalCall.com Hartman/publish/article_102600 SHTML. If you want to comment on this, it goes on and on and on about the final call, Justice or Else, 9/1/2015. They got it. Farrakhan is calling for 10,000 fearless men to kill white people. That's also in the ChristianExaminer.com. I think you already read that. This is on the Griffin site because nobody other than the 9 students at the Oregon College have been killed by black Muslims at this time that we know of. But so far, one black Muslim has stood up and gone out and killed 9 people at the Oregon College. The mainstream media tried to lighten his skin color, and they narrowed his nose, and they made him look like a white man, and they called him a white man and said a white man had performed a mass murder at the Oregon College. But the fact is, the shooter is a black Muslim, and Farrakhan has asked for 10,000 blacks to kill whites, and after Farrakhan asked for 10,000 black males to begin killing whites, a black Muslim in Oregon did go to a college and kill whites. Go to our Crime Reports and Rewards Facebook page and let us know what you think, or you can stop by our Griffin page and let us know what you think there also. And now for another report on how Islamic indoctrination in public schools is occurring right here in our backyard, and your property taxes are paying for it. As we previously reported, the core tenets of Islam are being taught in public schools in a way that could violate the U.S. Constitution. Other religions, such as Christianity, are barely covered. Recently, reports out of Georgia paralleled what has been happening in Florida, Wisconsin, Tennessee, Michigan, and many other states all over the United States. Georgia schools are required by the Georgia Department of Education to teach a little about Islam. An example, the Georgia Performance Standards mandate that students be able to compare and contrast prominent religions, Southeast Asia, Middle East, Judaism, Islam, and Christianity. Much like other states, the Georgia Department of Education sets statewide education standards, and the local schools decide the curriculum. Local schools in Georgia, however, are reportedly adopting curriculums that appear aimed at indoctrination rather than education. In other words, they're recruiting Islamic people using your tax money. They're turning your kids into Muslims. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution reported on one local middle school that has taken their curriculum too far. The AJC reports it's important that students understand the difference between each of these religions. In Walton County, that manifested itself in a homework assignment one parent found objectionable. Allah is the blank, worshipped by Jews and Christians, the document said. The child filled in the blank with same God. This is outrageous. State education standards require education on Islam, not indoctrination into the religion. Rather than explain the history of world religion, schools are reportedly forcing students to learn the 5 pillars of Islam, a creed one must learn to convert into a Muslim. Unfortunately, this practice has been happening in schools for years. We're teaching the same stuff that everyone else is teaching, the teacher said. She added that the district hasn't changed the curriculum in 9 years, which means for 9 years they've been recruiting and turning your kids into Muslims. Parents are understandably outraged. As one frustrated parent told the local news, we're seeing one page, 5 statements of Christian faith, and 10 pages of Islamic faith. So there is no accountability to make sure it is equal. Something needs to be done. We at the ACLJ are working hard to investigate, expose, and end these unconstitutional practices and are committed to fighting the constitutionally protected rights of all public school students. We continue to receive contact from concerned parents and citizens. We're working directly with our clients, parents and students in local schools, and preparing to send out demand letters to these schools if necessary. A demand letter is a demand to cease and desist teaching Islam and converting your school students to the Muslim faith using your tax money. Moreover, we recently sent an open records request to every school in many states to find out exactly why your tax money is being used to convert students into the Muslim religion. If you have anything to say about this and you would like to object to your property taxes being used right here in this area to convert students into the Islamic religion using your tax money, go to our Crime Reports and Rewards Facebook page and place your objection to your tax money being used to convert local students to the Islamic religion. Augusta Chronicle crime reporter Doug Stutzman writes a stolen motorcycle was discovered in a ditch by sheriff's deputies. Around 6:12 a.m., deputies responded to the 1400 block of Clark Road where the Honda motorcycle valued at $3,200 had been found. The bike's owner said it was removed from his front yard. Deputies didn't find a suspect in the area where the bike crashed. The motorcycle received minimal damage after being left in the ditch. Citizens have put bars on their windows and locked themselves out of everything they own, then cower under their bed, peeing on themselves while the bad guys rule the streets, stealing whatever they feel. If you see bad guys, call them in. Locking yourself up only forces them to break out a window or kick in your door before they violate you, so now you'll be violated and have to replace a door or a window. Say you have a motorcycle, thieves can hotwire it in seconds flat. Call them in, call them in, call them in. Road Patrol would love to ride by and check them out. Then, if they do a press release that says a Crime Reports and Rewards tip led to an arrest, you will be paid and will have taken back your streets. Augusta Chronicle crime reporter Doug Stutzman writes, suspects are wanted for an armed robbery after stealing ice cream and $1.92 in Augusta. About 1 a.m., a 24-year-old Hepzibah man was walking in the 3500 block of Winter Springs Road when approached by males he didn't know. One of the suspects pulled a silver revolver and demanded the victim, "Give me what you've got." The victim handed the suspect 2 cartons of ice cream and a $1.92 change he had from purchasing the dessert. The victim told deputies he did not look at the suspects because he was afraid of getting shot. If you know how to find these ice cream stealing armed robbers, please call the police. If they do a press release saying a crime reports and rewards tip led to the arrest of these armed robbers, you will be paid. The Augusta Chronicle's Doug Stutzman writes, a homeless man is wanted in a theft at Blue Sky Kitchen in Augusta. A warrant has been issued for the arrest of a homeless man accused of stealing $206 Monday from an Augusta restaurant. For the past 8 months, Kevin Corley, 38 years old, was allowed by Blue Sky Kitchen management to help clean the business for pay, according to an incident report from the Richmond County Sheriff's Office. On Tuesday morning, employees said an envelope containing $206 had gone missing from Monday's sales. Surveillance video showed Corley placing the envelope in his backpack and leaving the restaurant. If you think you know how to find Corley, please call the Sheriff's Office at 706-821-1000. Whenever people like Blue Sky Kitchen try to help those who are down on their luck like Kevin Corley, who's 38 years old and is old enough to know better, and Kevin Corley steals from those people who are trying to help them, then Blue Sky Kitchen and a whole bunch of other people are probably not going to help anybody else that really needs help. So if you're out there hurting, or you just got a job and you're 3 months away from bankruptcy and homelessness, you need to help find Kevin Corley and make an example out of him. Because when the Blue Sky Kitchen helped him out and paid him to help clean up around the place, and then he stole $206, he just stopped a whole bunch of people that really, really need help from ever getting help. It will probably be a long time before the Blue Sky Kitchen tries to help another homeless person. So, if you know how to find Kevin Corley, please call the sheriff. If they do a press release that says a crime reports and rewards tipster's tip led to the arrest of homeless man Kevin Corley, you will be paid.
This edition of Crime Reports and Rewards is brought to you by Dr. Louis Gangarosa's Orally, for instant relief of sore mouth, teeth, and lips. www.orally.com or call 706-294-4343. William Gouldsby Heavy Equipment, land clearing, driveways, and landscaping. Call 803-257-6734. And All-American Training and Safety Consultants. Certified training in industrial, construction safety, personal protection equipment, fall and fire protection, respiratory protection, material handling and storage, electrical lockout tagouts, machinery and machine guarding, forklifts, cranes, and hoist training. Call us at 706-799-1157. Call them and tell them you appreciate them bringing you one of America's fastest growing crime shows. Crime Reports and Rewards is brought to you by WBEK Channel 16. Crime Reports and Rewards is a production of Michael's Media. You've been watching Crime Reports and Rewards with Griff Griffin and Dave Michaels, where you stay anonymous, the criminals don't.